Yeah, I know the lighting isn't good here, but I wanted to give newcomers to the sport a little lesson. What I'm going to do today is just change a belt. So you don't need to do that very often, but you do still need to do it periodically, every few years. This is a handy thing to know. Now with my snowmobile, the only tool I was given is this one right here. Now it comes with this little plastic thing on it. I take that off. That's just a thread protector. But this is the only thing that Arctic Cat gives you. Polaris, I know Polaris incorporates one of these in the design of this side of the snowmobile. So very clever design on the part of Polaris. And I'm sure Skidoo does something similar too. They all kind of, there's really two ways to change a belt. And one way is to use a tool like this. So what you do to use a tool like this is you find in the secondary, so this is a primary clutch, this is a secondary clutch, and somewhere in here there will be a threaded hole, and in this case it's right here. So you stick that in there, and there shouldn't be any real resistance for a little while. You can see I'm just spinning that really easy, and I'll hit a spot where there's some resistance. What's happening is the other side of this rod is pushing up against the inside of the clutch, and is going to start spreading the clutch apart. So as I start turning this, let me see if I can get you closer here so you can see what's going on. You can see that the belt tension is getting a lot looser. As I keep doing this, the belt tension, see the belt sinking down in here farther and farther because I'm spreading the secondary clutch apart. We got to be hitting the bottom pretty soon here. There we go. You don't want to go too far, okay? So the idea isn't to just crank down on this until you can't do it anymore. Just go until there's, pretty much, you can feel the amount of resistance ramp up significantly. Once you get to this point, the process is basically the same for all snowmobiles. So now it's as loose as it can go, and I just try to bring it up and over the secondary clutch. Now you see how I put this bend in the center, and that's because that way it won't hook the belt. There you go. It won't hook the belt when it comes around like this, okay? So now it's off of the secondary, and now I pull it off of the primary, and the idea is that you just keep working it, eventually it will come out. The process is basically the same to put it on. You crank this up, spread the secondary clutch apart. You take your belt, put it on the primary clutch first. And then the secondary. And it depends on, sometimes on this snowmobile I've noticed that this shroud is bent in a certain way that it tends to go on easier, like from the top to bottom or bottom to top. After you do this a couple times, you'll learn the best way to do that. So now, the next trick is I have to release the tension. But if I do it all at once, what will happen is the belt will tighten. This will tighten down on the belt, and the belt will be down towards the center of this clutch. Well, I don't want that. I want it to be back out along the outer edge here so that when I go to pull away, I get a nice smooth, when I drive away, it's already set to go. So as I loosen this, I kind of keep an eye on the belt here. So every few turns, I just kind of wiggle this and make sure it's still loose. It's kind of towards the top. That's what I'm really looking for. And I think we're there. Might try to get a little bit more. That's pretty close. All right, I'm going to call that good. So there you go. Change the belt. That's all there is to it. Now you say, I don't have one of these. There's still a way to do it. Let me show you. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you don't have the tool. You can still loosen this, and how you do it is you keep putting pressure on the belt and this inner sheave. But what you're doing is you're turning this inner clutch, and that will kind of spread. So you're manually spreading everything apart, and you push the belt down because that will keep it spread apart. And you keep doing that until you have enough tension released that you can get the belt off. There is a way to do it even if you don't have the tool. If you lose the tool in the snow or whatever, you can still do it. There you have it. That's how you change a belt. Welcome to snowmobiling for you beginners out there. It's a great sport, a lot of fun, and you'll love it. Congratulations, and I hope I see you on the trail.